Welcome to Totino-Grace High School for Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Basketball, a West Division matchup tonight. It's the Armstrong Falcons taking on Totino-Grace. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Wally Langfellow. And Wally, both of these teams kind of similar starts to the year. Grace is at 2-1. Armstrong, new head coach this year as John Bryant takes over at 2-2. And both of them definitely have shown some signs of being good teams, but also showing some signs of early season jitters and things like that.
Yeah, no question. Armstrong got off to a rough start. They lost their first couple of games, a bad loss to Edina, but they bounced back now, and they've won a couple in a row. I think that John Bryant's starting to get the feeling that his team is on the right track, and they hope to continue that tonight against Totino. As for TG, they come into this at 2-1 on the season. They got a very good win in the Hopkins tournament, the Tip-Off Classic, and then they lost to a very good Wayzata team. So we'll see where they are right now, but at this stage of the season, I think they're both happy to have a couple of wins on the board.
And this is a type of game that both teams coming into feel like they have a shot at winning, but they also feel like they have a shot at losing if they don't play well. Those are the kind of games where you kind of like as a coach, knowing that if you work hard, you do the right things, you have a pretty good shot.
Well, yeah, and I think that particularly for Totino-Grace, them beating Brooklyn Center, and that's a good Brooklyn Center team that they beat. Let's not forget that they were in the state tournament last year in the state semifinals before being eliminated. So that's a good win for Totino to get things kind of rolling. And it's a good early test now within the conference to play this Armstrong team who's kind of on the same track.
Let's talk about key players to look at in tonight's game, starting with Armstrong. They've had an awful lot of B wins come through. Adam is a junior, he's a lefty, and he's kind of a sharpshooter for them.
Well, yeah, football player, basketball player. This kid can fill it up from the outside. I know that Greg Miller depended on him a lot last year as a youngster. Now he's an upperclassman. We'll see what he brings tonight, but I think that they're going to be looking to him to score the basketball for sure.
And for Totino-Grace, we're going to talk about one of their sophomores, Devin Berger. Got good size, good ability as a young player, and he kind of like a lot of their team. They're getting used to varsity ball, but he's adapted pretty well so far.
Yeah, no question. As a sophomore, to be able to bring what he's able to bring, some size and the ability to score as well, I think that they'll look to him as well to see if he can keep the ball, not only be able to shoot from the outside, but be able to punch that ball inside and get some easy buckets.
All right, should be a good one tonight here as we get started early in conference play. It's the Falcons and the Eagles, the Battle of the Birds here, coming up next on CCX.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Here she comes. I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said she won't be taking you in as a client.
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
Welcome back here to Totino-Grace. The starting lineup's about to be introduced to the crowd here, and we'll check them out as well as the Eagles and Falcons get set to do battle. Here's a look at Armstrong's lineup for Coach John Bryant. Up front, they've got Adam Bewin, the 6'3 junior, and 6'5 senior Tyler Peterson. And at the guard, 6' senior Devin Fry, 5'10 senior Cole Preem, and 6'1 junior Jake Breitbach. And for Totino-Grace and Coach Nick Carroll, they start out with a lineup that looks like this: Carter Werke, Carson Walla, Riley Berger, Devin Berger, and then their leading scorer is Eric Krieger. He's been doing very well in the early going for the Eagles, averaging 25 points per game, and it wasn't too long ago that we saw him do this. Buzzer beater against Benilde St. Margaret's. He had a first shot, it was missed, they grabbed the rebound, got it back, and Krieger able to bury it. I was seeing looks from all the different angles, and they were pumped up. That was the season opener for Grace. Nice win on the road, beating Benilde St. Margaret's, and as Wally said, they played a couple other pretty good teams too. Brooklyn Center, they took care of them, and then lost to Wayzata. Kind of got away from them late. They were hanging with the Trojans for quite a while, but not quite able to do so. And then Armstrong, a couple losses to start against a couple pretty good teams, and maybe a little bit not quite as tough of teams last week. They pulled out an OT win over St. Louis Park, and then scored another win to even the record at 2-2. And you like to see that success, to kind of build your kids' confidence a little bit too. I mean, it's not all about wins and losses in the early season, but you also like to see them rewarded if they're working in practice.
Well, and I think John Bryant he's rebuilding to what he wants, to his specifications. Not necessarily rebuilding the program, but building things, putting in his program, putting in his systems. Greg Miller was here for a long time as head coach of this Armstrong Falcon program. John in his first year now, trying to instill what he wants to do. And so these kids who are seniors, the Devin Fries and the Cole Preems, they have to learn, kind of relearn what is going to go on here from this year and on into the future. So you take your lumps early, that's okay. I mean, you got to figure things out, because in the end, you have to know what you're doing within those systems in order to be successful long term.
And Nick Carroll, the Totino-Grace head coach, his second season, and when we saw them last against Benilde, he had just come back from a leave of absence and kind of getting his feet wet. He's pretty pumped up about his team. He said they've just been working very hard. He said some of the younger guys have played a lot of basketball, just not a lot of varsity basketball, so they're learning the ins and outs and how quick the game goes and how it's a little more physical maybe than what they've been used to at times. But he said overall adjusting pretty well, and he likes the team, and he likes the potential for his team too.
Now, it's nice to get the buzzer beater that we showed, and it's nice for them to go over to that tip-off classic, get that invite, and then go over and beat a Brooklyn Center team that hasn't lost since then. Oh, by the way, they've strung a couple of wins together for Coach McCollister over there. So yes, it's a building process for both coaches, and we'll see how this shakes out tonight. I'm looking forward to a pretty good basketball game.
Devin Berger and Tyler Peterson will jump to start the contest. And controlled by Armstrong as it's tipped back here to Breitbach. They drop it back to Jake Breitbach. Bumped off his spot a little bit. And on the drive, we're going to get a blocking foul called on Riley Berger just a little bit late. Coach Carroll from Totino was telling me that they feel like Breitbach's kind of the key for Armstrong. They want to keep him from really penetrating and being a facilitator. They want to kind of keep him as a jump shooter if at all possible. Breitbach with it here, a shot fake, and he'll go to the corner.
Now TG in the man defense, opening up. Armstrong, basically a 5-out offense.
Bwin swings it. So far, not too many openings appearing in this Grace defense. Fry giving it off. Preem.
Oh, they're being patient, that's for sure.
Breitbach, a drive. He scores and one. Nice finish in traffic there by Jake.
Well, he really did a nice job here recognizing that he had a lane, and then stays in control, uses his body, and gets it off the glass. Opportunity for the old-fashioned three.
Wierke will pick up the foul here as Breitbach shooting the free throw. Spins off though, no good. Rebounded by Krieger. Krieger not only scoring 25 a game, averaging about 12 rebounds a game as a 6'1" wing. Wierke cut off on the baseline. And that pass thrown away. John Bryant for Armstrong, a little bit interesting, as he said, we are trying to teach our guys to fight through some screens and stuff. We don't want to be a team that switches everything. He said, I know that's kind of in vogue for a lot of teams. He said, depending on situation, that might change, but for the most part, we want to get our guys to learn to fight through screens and have some pride in shutting down your guy rather than just relying on help all the time.
Well, the thing is that so much of basketball now is predicated around the outside of the arc. The teams do switch on screens because you can switch on the outside more quickly. You don't need the recovery time like you do if you're beaten to the hole going in through the lane. So, yeah, a lot of teams do switch continuously on the perimeter.
Foul call went against Devin Berger on the block. Coach Carroll wondering if they're maybe calling things closer than he would like, but here's Breitbach again attacking. This time no good. Tip is good by Fry. Devin Fry, one of the smaller guys on the floor, getting up to tip that one home.
Well, again, it's Breitbach's drive to the hole that created the opportunity.
Breitbach gets the assignment here on Krieger too, and Krieger is a dangerous attacker, obviously averaging that 25 a game as we saw. Back out here, jumper won't drop. Batted around and controlled as Carson Wola shot off target there. Here's Bwin.
Nice job by Peterson clearing that rebound too, and Fry will get an open look.
A little short with that one in traffic. Rebound, going to be a travel call. Kind of an unfortunate one for Riley Berger. He went up in traffic to grab that rebound and then went down. He is, I think, saying that I went down because I got tripped a little, but they didn't see it that way. DJ Akpati, number 1, checking in here for Totino-Grace. Breitbach kicking it in out high to Bwin. 4-0 Armstrong in the early going. Slow start here for the Eagles. Bream to the edge of the lane, then cut off.
Oh, he double
dribbled again. Yeah. I think he just wanted to check if they were paying attention, and it didn't take long for that whistle sounded.
Yeah, Cole did not catch them sleeping.
Armstrong going to come with a little bit of man-to-man pressure here. Drive here, and Krieger bowls his way in.
I'll tell you, Krieger did a really nice job. Beat him to the baseline and then used his body, shielded his defender away, and got the easy bucket.
He made it look easier than it was there, I think.
I agree.
Once he got his shoulders around him, he was kind of in good position to take that up.
I should quantify that easy definition. It was more like he was close to the basket, wasn't necessarily easy.
Fry to Preem, open up top, and he buries a 3.
Well, Cole's not going to be afraid to shoot the basketball if he's anything like his brother. His older brother, Tyler, played for me. No fear in shooting, and I remember watching Cole when he was younger, and he always was able to shoot the basketball, or wanted to shoot it anyway.
Step back jumper there, wouldn't drop for Riley Berger. And that was kind of a hallmark of Greg Miller's teams. He liked to have a lot of guards who could shoot threes. And here's Preem with another.
Well, Cole do that. There's 2 in a row.
Not a bad start on the road here for Armstrong. They lead it 10-2.
Cole's averaging about 11 points a game here in the early part of the season.
Akpati drives and finishes this one. Then a quick timeout taken here by Totino-Grace.
Well, here's another look at Cole Preem, just coming off of a screen. Hits the 3 off the top of the key, and this one just in transition, spots up, and they find him.
A little more contested on the second one, but once you get that rhythm going, it's a little bit easier and able to get rid of it there. So timeout taken by Nick Carroll on the Grace side as he's seeing his team struggle a little bit in the early going. So 10-4 lead here for the Falcons. You see assistant coach Bart Iniger leading some of that huddle, and just last week he was sitting in your spot, Wally, doing a girls game with me. So we've known really a lot of these coaches, Bart and John Bryan and Brent Olson, you see on the left there, for a very long time.
Bart's younger son is also part of the program, Dylan, sophomore this year.
And it sounds as though from Coach Bryant that he is expected to see some playing time tonight. Both teams are missing a guy or two that normally would be rotation players, so you're going to see some few more guys than maybe usually. Akpati getting the assignment on Breitbach there, and he got up on him, and the Eagles bench let him know they appreciated it. Travel by Fry.
I don't know. I know that's what the call was going to be when he blew that whistle at that point. I'm not so sure. I thought he held his pivot foot pretty well there. But that's okay. There's so much traveling that goes on that's not called. I'm okay when they call it.
And I think some guys have moves that look like travels, even if they aren't sometimes, and it kind of hurts them. And here's Breitbach. Whoa, just got rid of that one as his teammate went sprawling on the right side. Now back the other way come the Eagles. Krieger spinning into traffic, then gets it back out to Akpati. Good help there for the Falcons. Corner jumper, Riley Berger, no good, and Fry wins the fight for it.
No, Armstrong's not afraid to see it. There was a Euro step opportunity there for Adam Buin.
Akpati called for the foul. Checking in for Armstrong now, Hezekiah Ayawe, number 32.
And Peterson goes out.
Eagles have got the freshman, number 42, R.J. Spencer in there now, along with number 12 is Max Hofschulte-Beck, a sophomore. B went to the baseline, kicks it around the horn to Fry. Tried to go inside. Preem gets it back, though, after his pass was deflected.
Yeah, he tried a little no-look, didn't work.
Breitbach over to Ayawe, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line as Breitbach again able to get into the lane.
Well, it's Breitbach who has created opportunities for his teammates so far, and he did it again right there. A couple of free throws coming up here for Ayawe.
Spins out.
Kind of a line drive free throw attempt. That had a little better touch. Yep, you could just see when he released it. That had a little bit better backspin on it.
So an 11-4 lead here for the Falcons as Ayawe gets 1 out of 2. Akpati swinging it across here, Devin Berger. And the jumper up and good for 3. Devin Berger got the ball back after starting that rotation and hits his first bucket.
Now, just what we talked about in the pregame, his ability to play on the perimeter along with going inside at 6'6".
Breitbach drives. Oh, and the block from behind. Ayawe looked like he was going to have an easy layup. And we get a foul on the floor before he could go back up. Good recovery by Grace because it was a great setup. It looked like it was going to be an easy 2.
And once again, it's Breitbach creating the opportunity.
Already 6 team fouls against TG, 0 against Armstrong. Not that often on the road you can count on getting that kind of ratio, and then may change obviously, but.
And we do see Dylan Eniger in for the first time. As he checks in and Cole Preem goes out.
Tie up here, and it'll be Totino-Grace basketball. That, by the way, was the second foul on Devin Berger that on the previous one, so he takes a seat, and that might not be a great thing for Totino-Grace getting a little foul trouble on one of their better players. Krieger, now Akpati. And ball lost, Fry will rip it away. Fry dishing off, oh, and a great block by Akpati, and then he couldn't quite control it as he came flying to swat the shot attempt by Ayawe.
Yeah, Akpati came out of nowhere. Watch it again. Fry with a nice dish, and then Akpati came from behind. Ayawe had no idea where he had a guy behind him.
Yeah, he was focused on the player in front of him and trying to get it up over him, and all of a sudden somebody came the other way. Here's Eniger knocking down a 3. That's a nice way to get yourself involved in the game. Dylan Eniger ready to go and pops a 3.
Dylan, nice job, spots up and buries the 3 and now gets the steal.
Fry kicking it ahead. Breitbach down the baseline. Corner 3 by Bwin, no good. Breitbach boards it. Iniger is going to shoot up another, this time not good.
Why not? Made the first one, hoisted up again.
Here comes Krieger attacking, and he was fouled. Krieger does a lot of things well, and that's certainly one of them is drawing fouls. He does not mind mixing it up inside. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he will go at a defender and force him to foul him.
Yeah, he really forced the action that time, as you said. Ends up at the free throw line. He'll get a pair here, but he is kind of carrying the load so far for this Totino-Grace team.
Sure, Coach Carroll probably let them know, too, that, part of the reason they have 0 fouls is because we're not being aggressive enough at the offensive end, too.
It's a valid point.
Krieger's second free throw attempt. No good again, and controlled ultimately by Iniger. And here come the Falcons now with Breitbach walking it into the front court.
Peterson and Preem back into the game.
Breitbach launching a 3. Nothing but net on that one.
Boy, Armstrong shooting well from the perimeter. I think they've only missed 1 3. The 3 attempt by Iniger was the only 3 that they've missed so far.
Yeah, and they've knocked down 4 of them already, and that'll get you some leads here. They lead at 17-7. Akpati kicking it back out there to Walla. Akpati looking to attack. He'll swing it over. Here's Berger's 3, no good. Batted back out. Akpati up with it. And now Krieger will shoot the 3. That's too strong. And Yahweh was fouled as he started to squeeze that rebound. Walla coming over the top. Eagles continuing to foul a little more than they'd like. And that'll be a bonus time now.
Yeah, they got a decent look at a 3, but I mean, basically, those are the only shots that they've been getting. I think Armstrong's done a great job defensively, not getting beat off the dribble, and really forcing Totino to shoot from the outside. Yeah, they've hit 1, but that's been it.
Yahweh short with that free throw, and it comes back to him as Peterson fought for it. Now Preem lost it on the way in, and here come the Eagles with Riley Berger. Riley Berger fouled as he went up with that one.
Well, I think that's going to be a key ingredient for Totino, as we're seeing, as this game is developing. Go to the basket and see if they can draw some contact and get to the free throw line.
Peterson picks up the foul. And Berger to the free throw line here for Grace. They are down 10. First free throw is good. Cole Schlotthauer checks in, number 30 now for Armstrong. 6'6" and a senior.
You know, John Bryant has some options. He's got a couple of kids with decent size. He can bring him in. He can bring Iniger in. Bring some kids off the bench. Peterson gives him some good size as well. So he's got 2 or 3 kids that are in that 6'6" range that you need.
Preem out to Peterson and around to Breitbach. And he was pushed on the way in. And I think it's going to be on Rierke. And you can tell that they've kind of stressed, let's keep Breitbach out of the lane, but he got a little too aggressive on that one. That's the type of call that I'd like to see called, because you can't just ride dribblers off their path and expect to get away with that.
Yeah, the officials have done a nice job so far tonight. I think it hasn't been over the top, but they have been calling what needs to be called, no question.
Call it on the floor here before he was going to go up into any kind of shooting motion. So 1-and-1 here for Breitbach. And way short with that free throw.
Oh, yeah. Armstrong has struggled at the free throw line.
Yeah, just 1 make so far in 4 attempts. Nice got 5 attempts. Pull-up jumper here is short from Spencer. They really like his future. He's a 9th grader. Probably going to get bumped around a little bit this year, but going to learn on the fly.
Oh, my goodness.
Offensive foul as Preem Strong drive, got the shot up and in, but it will not count.
Let's watch it again. Did he have position? Yeah, he did. Looked like he moved in there right at the last second. Cole did a nice job getting that ball up off the glass, but his momentum was going towards the hole, didn't have much choice.
Approaching 8.5 to go here in the first half. Armstrong in white leading Totino-Grace 17-9.
You're gonna have to educate me. Is that half circle under there, is that in play now in high school basketball?
Yep, the first season. Krieger has his shot blocked. We were speaking with Coach Miller, the former Armstrong coach, did a game with me. You know, I was asking how much of an impact it'll really have, or what, you know, what his thoughts were on it, and said it just gives them a little bit of a more concrete area and look. And I think coaches, for the most part, were universal that you hate to see charges called where a guy's just standing all the way under the basket and you know, getting that charge call. So it maybe helps to alleviate that a little bit.
Nice job on the rebound. Give Preem a second shot. Don't do that. Don't give Cole another chance. He's going to bury it on you. That's 3 of them now for Cole Preem from beyond the arc.
He's got a nice quick release, too. He's, you know, not the biggest guy around, so he's got to get rid of it in a hurry.
Hesitation move.
Akpati with the finish.
Boy, DJ Akpati with that nice little hesitation, and he caught Cole thinking about his last 3, I think.
Armstrong up 20-11. Here's Preem driving it, and he was fouled by Spencer. I think Armstrong's done a little bit better job of driving the ball and being aggressive with the dribble than Totino has, and it's created some fouls. Iniger will check out. Bwin back in for Armstrong, and 1-and-1 free throws here for Preem. As Wally said, this is the one area that they've really struggled at tonight, is from the line. And another miss.
Boy, 1 for 6.
Their lead is nice at 9, but it could be much bigger if they've been able to knock down. Of course, some of these were the front ends of 1-and-1 too, and it's even almost like missing twice then. Corner 3, no good for Berger, and battled for and controlled there by Hofschulte-Beck. And now a drive.
Tough shot.
Jump stop. Devin Berger scores.
Boy, that was a power move. He was all tied up, got the ball up high, and physicaled his way to the basket, got it up and in.
And I don't think I would have argued much if they'd called that a foul, too. It was pretty physical D, but he was able to battle through it. 7-point lead now for Armstrong, as Grace showing some signs of life lately here. Schlotthauer will give it to Fry. Preem looking to turn the corner, cut off. Now Peterson.
Wide open 3.
Schlotthauer will shoot it, no good. And out of bounds off of Armstrong. Bwin, good hustle, but just couldn't quite bring it in. There's a look at that strong jump stop. Berger able to finish.
Yeah, he did a nice job of getting himself into position. He really wasn't fouled on the arm, which is, I like the way the official let that go. The defender had a hand on in his chest area, but really did not change the shot at all, and was able to get the bucket. A good no call by the official.
Akpati stands still 3 there, won't go. Bwin grabs the miss. Cross court to Fry. Nice job by Akpati to cut him off. Armstrong trying to swing it quick and get Grace a little out of position. And now here's Preem again. Wow. 4-3 of this first half. It's the Cole Preem show.
Cole is feeling it.
Lead back to 10 now for the Falcons.
Nice move.
Back out to Akpati, but the Falcons able to recover. Breitbach's done a nice job on Krieger so far. We haven't really said his name all that much, but there's a 3 from Devin Berger.
Well, and Devin Berger's, who we talked about before this game, how important he could be tonight, and he has been very important for Totino thus far.
Breitbach back. Preem's going to shoot up another one. This time missed it, and Krieger the board.
I'd put him on the bench. Oh, Lord.
Akpati drives, dishes. Berger was calling for it.
Yep.
He's open, and he's just about as hot as Preem right now. That's his third three for Devin Berger, and the Eagles back to within 4.
Yeah, they get within 4 points. Berger hits a couple of threes, and kind of momentum has shifted back the other way. And it's just, it happens so fast with the three-point shot. If you're able to make threes, you can change the game so quickly. You're down by 11 points, all of a sudden you're down by 4. It's just that fast.
And I could see Berger just hoping that they could see him, because they kind of doubled the ball a little bit. And he's like, I'm open over here, I'm open. And then it came to him.
Well, yeah, especially if he can spot up and get his feet set. He's deadly out there.
That's a nice thing, too. You're 6'6", you're generally going to be able to get that shot off without having to rush it or anything. If you've got guys on the perimeter maybe getting in your face a little bit, but not enough to really keep you from getting a good look at the hoop when you're at that size.
Well, I think the timeout there for Armstrong was more of a kind of reset timeout, a momentum stopping timeout as opposed to anything else. All right, what do we want to do now defensively? Let's make a switch. Maybe they'll switch out on him on defense. Let's see what they do.
Yahweh coming to the high post to get. Bwin, now Preem. Now Bwin will swing it to Breitbach. He's going to shoot up that three off the back of the iron. No good. Yahweh keeps it alive. And the tie-up will go Armstrong's way.
My favorite rule in all of high school sports. The alternating possession.
Not a fan, I take it?
No, it's time that they get rid of that.
I'd be more inclined to agree if you could see more referees who could throw the jump ball up better.
Yeah.
There's Fry with the layup.
Well, they've lost the technique. They only have to do it once a game now. They used to have to do it a little more often.
Lead is 6 now for Armstrong. Akpati. Back out, and here's Berger shooting another, making another.
Now, they got to figure that out. They got to figure out how to defend him on the perimeter, because he's killing Armstrong right now.
Preem looking for the answer, and he hits. They should just have those two play horse or something.
I was just going to say the exact same thing. You frighten me, Jay.
And Breitbach will be called for the foul, and that'll be the second on Jake. Here's another look at the Berger and Preem show.
Berger nails the three at one end. Cole said, take that. My 5th of the game.
So Breitbach will sit down. He's done a really good job creating offense and also playing D, but it was his second foul. So see if they keep him out the rest of the half. I kind of suspect they will.
Yeah, you don't want to pick up that third one this late. You got a 6-point lead.
There's Fry being called for the foul. As you could kind of see Krieger saying, okay, I got a little bit smaller guy on me now. I'm going to post up hard here, and he forced Fry to foul it.
Exactly. Now they feel like they have a matchup that they like. Let's see if they can get it to Krieger, and Krieger can make something happen offensively.
Back out. Here comes another one from Berger, that time short.
Yeah. He was in too big a hurry that time.
Iniger back to Fry. Falcons up by 6.
Krieger on Preem now. Ooh, he almost got that thing to go. Well, Cole will get 2 here regardless because they're in the double bonus.
And it's going to be on Krieger, and that'll be his second as well. So nobody has 3 yet, but a couple of 3 Grace guys and 1 Armstrong have a couple of fouls. So Preem, good to mix it up a little bit. That'll, they're going to come out so hard after you when you've been making threes that time he was able to take advantage and drive the ball a little bit.
Go to the basket, absolutely.
And a rare free throw make for the Falcons here in the first half.
2 for 7. Well, apparently Cole's feeling a little bit better about shooting the basketball now. Makes a pair of free throws.
You see those threes go in, it transfers over to the line a little bit maybe. Here's Riley Berger, off the side of the glass. And a Yahweh out of there with it. Preem will push it to Fry. Preem driving and dishing. Fry with an open look, and that's good for 3.
Hey, they got there's more than just Cole Preem able to shoot threes on this team. They got 4 or 5 guys that can bury it from out there.
Now the lead's back to 11. Here's Krieger driving, and looks like it's going to be a defensive foul. Yeah. Well, the officials kind of checking to make sure they each had the same call here. It might have been on Fry, actually with the reach in. That'll be his second. I was going to say, it almost felt like the whistle blew before he collided with the Yahweh, and that proved to be true because Fry reached in.
Well, that puts Krieger at the line. Let's see if he can make free throws this time. Now, he's missed all 3 of his free throw attempts. I did an Eden Prairie Park Center game over at that Tip-Off Classic a week and a half ago, and I think we had, if I'm not mistaken, 12 straight missed free throws between the 2 teams.
Oof.
I didn't mean to jinx Krieger there, but that's 4 in a row for him now.
Fry gives it right back to Preem, and he'll shoot, no good. Maybe cooling off
nice
a little.
Job by
Devin Fry, that was beautiful.
Kept it alive and then got the putback. Nice job by Devin Fry.
Armstrong leading now by 13.
It wasn't that long ago when Berger hit those 3 threes and got Totino within a couple points.
Akpati driving and was fouled.
And this one will be on a Yahweh. Yeah, Peterson will have to come back in. That's his.
No, looks like they called it on Fry.
Did they really? Ooh, I don't know. He might have grabbed his arm, I guess, going through traffic there.
Free throw, no good. That's kind of been a theme for as well as the teams have shot 3-pointers, they've been equally not as good on free throws.
Maybe our arms get stretched out too much shooting threes. You can't make free throws. Either that or you don't practice them enough or don't value them enough. Got to make free throws. Drives, coaches, crazy.
I've always felt like there was something too, though. You practice so much shooting in rhythm in a game. You're out on the floor, you're cutting hard, you're stopping, you're pulling up shooting, and free throws. I found free throws to be sometimes more difficult to shoot than a jump shot.
Boy, I'll tell you, Rick Barry would not be happy with you.
I would have had to sit for you, I think, right? 35-23 now after the made free throw there for the Eagles. Preem. Now it's Bwin. Iniger at the baseline.
Boy, I like the composure that Iniger has for a young kid. He is not afraid. He gets the basketball. He is. And now, by the way, Totino has dropped into a zone here.
Peterson looking to bull his way in. He's going to be called for the offensive foul. Got a Krieger on him, and he just kind of tried to overpower him with that crab dribble and bounce into him. And gets called for the offensive foul. And
yeah, he
extended the arm a little bit.
Yep, he sure did. Krieger had pretty good position.
And a near steal there. Akpati. Krieger lost the handle as he wanted to shoot right away.
Lost it again.
Yes, and they get the steal. Here comes Iniger. Travel.
Can we look at that again? I'm not so sure. Let's see. 1, 2. That's not a travel. That's a bad call. I'm sorry. Thank you. Great job by our crew on that replay.
About a half minute to go now. And the Falcons by a dozen as Totino-Grace. We'll see if they hold for one here. Bwin gets a piece of that pass. Devin Berger driving. Krieger, a shot fake. Still plenty of time. Krieger too strong with the layup attempt. He thought he was fouled. Here comes Peterson looking to attack for Armstrong. A little finger roll, no good. He gets it back. Bwin from the baseline. It won't go. And with the halftime buzzer sounds as Armstrong playing a solid first half here on the road. Cole Preem show as he popped 5 3-pointers in the first half, nearly matched by Devin Berger, who had 4 of his own for Totino-Grace. So Armstrong will take a lead into halftime at 35-23. Eagles fought back and got back to within about 3, but then it's Armstrong kind of getting another surge late in that first half to get this lead where it sits right now at 12.
The answer is no, it was not turned on. Check 3, 2, 1.
And let's go over to Wally now with Coach Bryant.
All right, we're with John Bryant at the half. John, you got to be happy with what your club did here in the first half.
Yeah, you got to be happy with our effort. We played really hard, we played well defensively. We made it tough on them, and we made some shots offensively, so that always helps.
And you did shoot the ball well. Cole Preem couldn't miss there for a while, but your transition basketball seemed to be pretty good.
Well, when you play good defense, sometimes you have those opportunities, and we played really well on the defensive end. I was really happy with our kids there. We got to come out in the second half and give the same kind of effort.
All right, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, he's John Bryant. Back over to you, Jay.
Thank you very much, Wally, and thanks to Coach Bryant. And got a long history going way back with John Bryant from his days playing for Armstrong, and now fun to see him as the Falcons head coach. As his team does lead at 35-23, we will have first half highlights, and we'll hear from Coach Carroll later on as well, as Armstrong leading at 35-23.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Welcome back here to Totino-Grace High School for boys basketball action on CCX Sports. Armstrong leading at 35-23 at halftime here over the Grace Eagles as we check out some of the first half highlights in this one. It was kind of a slow start offensively, but then ultimately they were raining threes down. To look at Krieger powering his way to the hoop, but a big story, he's averaging 25, and that was his only basket of the first half. It was the Cole Preem show for Armstrong, lighting it up here. Stepping into that three, he hit 5 threes, and at the other end it was the Devin Berger show as he made 4 threes for Totino-Grace. There is Dylan Iniger, who stepped in and buried a 3 to get his night started as well. Preem, another one from the top of the key. Eventually he missed a couple, but boy, was he hot in his first half. Popping another one right there for the Falcons. Preem could do it all around on the left side as well as he hits that one. Battle for it inside here. They go back out. And that's how the half ended there with that miss. But Armstrong, a solid first half to lead it by a dozen. You see Preem with 17, Fry has 9, and Breitbach 5 at halftime. And the most of the scoring coming from one place for Totino-Grace. Devin Berger with 14. As we said, Krieger averages about 25.5 a game. Breitbach and company held him to 1 basket in the first half. We will come back with more of our coverage here of boys hoops on CCX Sports in just a moment. The second half up next. Armstrong leading it by a dozen.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience, and as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Totino-Grace trailing Armstrong by a dozen as we get set for the second half. Let's go over to Wally now with Coach Carroll.
All right, with Nick Carroll, head coach of Totino-Grace. Nick, first half, what did you like, what didn't you like about what your club did?
Well, I liked after playing like that, we're only down 12 points. Shot quality was not great for us. I also felt like defensively, we just let some guys shake loose. We're playing a couple younger guys tonight, trying to get them integrated into our stuff, and I thought some guys got lost on defensive assignments from scouting reports, but it's all stuff we can clean up in the second half.
What did you talk about at halftime?
Just shot integrity, just making sure that we're getting great shots every time down the court. Right now, we're not trying to be a team that's going to score in the 80s and 90s. I think we're taking some quick shots, trying to rush possessions a little bit, and part of that is just our older guys trying to do a little bit too much. It's not with bad intent. I think they're just trying to make sure that we're put in a good spot and just trusting our shot integrity, making sure we get great shots.
Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, Nick Carroll, head coach of the Totino-Grace Eagles. Back to you, Jay.
Thank you, Wally. And Coach Carroll, I thought it was an interesting point to say that he definitely didn't feel they played anywhere near what they're capable of. He said, you know, fortunate to be within a dozen at this point. And, you know, I don't know that probably coming into the night their game plan was let's stop Cole Preem. But when a guy makes 5 threes on you in the first half like that, you have to, you know, kind of take extra note of number 12 a little bit here. And that's probably the case is his guys, you know, just as he said, occasionally got lost a little bit and allowed some more open looks than what they would like to see in that first half.
The Eagles will start the second half with
well, it's one nice thing about being in a high school gym. Doesn't take a half hour to get back from the the Metrodome floor or whatever anymore.
No,
right?
it's well, it takes me a while, but it's yeah, it's about a 30-second walk across the floor. I think that John. And I thought the same thing. I thought that Armstrong played really well defensively in the first half. And they, you know, I know Nick is not happy with shot selection, but a lot of that had to do with what Armstrong was doing defensively. And I think you mentioned it. They are fighting through screens, and they were doing a good job of getting in the face of the Totino-Grace Eagles. Let's see if they are able to continue that, because you tend to wear down. You tend to want to do more switching in the second half because you're tired.
Quick three, and Devin Berger picks up where he left off as he hits his 5th three of the night.
Oh, that's a good way to start things for Totino, and that's a good way to fix some of your problems. Give it to Devin Berger.
And Peterson misses the easy layup. Here's Berger again, not this time. Bwin with the block.
What a nice block by Bwin. Timed it well, came down with the basketball.
Peterson swings it to Fry from the corner. That is off target. Riley Berger the board.
You know, a lot of times you get a block like that, but you block it out of bounds. And the offensive team gets the ball right back. That time Bwin did a nice job. Gets the block and the basketball.
And not that easy to block, you know, a three without fouling too. Jumper that time no good from Wierke. And that might have been a little bit what Coach was talking about from Coach Carroll right there. It wasn't the worst shot ever, but maybe a little quicker and not as open as they'd like. Fry, a nice shot fake, steps in and hits.
Well, after missing the three, Fry bounces right back and says, you know what? I'm not too worried about missing. I'm going to try it again. This time, he stepped inside the three-point line and hit the mid-range jumper.
Here's Riley Berger stepping in, no good. Krieger wins the fight for the rebound, but then threw it away. Breitbach pushing the pace, and he was fouled. Wierke actually had done a pretty good job of forcing him wide, but then committed the foul, probably unnecessary. That was going to be a hard shot.
Sure was. Look at the, he'll come over with his right hand and try and make the basket. Oh yeah, he hit him on the arm. And he really didn't need to because there was no way that ball was going in the basket.
It's the type of shot that you say, if that guy can make that, I'm just going to, applaud him and say, okay, good for you. But made it an easy call for the official by coming down with the arm.
Armstrong's made a few free throws in a row now. Cole Preem hit a few. And now Breitbach hits the first front end of his two.
Second one is also good. 7 points now for Jake, and he's also racked up some assists and played some great D on Krieger. I suspect we're going to see more shot volume from Krieger in the second half. He wants to get things going and feels he needs to.
Well, and Devin Berger has done a nice job picking up the slack, if you want to call it slack, just because Berger isn't scoring. Or Krieger isn't scoring, I should say.
Jumper knocked down there by Walla, his first basket, and then a quick timeout taken here. So an 11-point lead now for Armstrong as Akpati is setting that one up nicely.
Again, the setup, the kick out, and a mid-range jumper.
Although nothing against Carson, but I think of all the things that Totino-Grace might be able to do, Armstrong would concede him a jump shot more than some of the other guys out there. So you don't really get on your guy for over-helping, I don't think, on a play like that.
Well, you certainly don't want to give a layup. You'll give up a mid-range jumper as opposed to a wide open three to, say, a Berger or a Krieger.
Bwin will inbound to Breitbach here.
I like the way that Breitbach controls the offense. Very patient.
He runs the offense in the fall, of course, too, as the quarterback for the Falcons. Yes. Peterson driving. Akpati does a nice job. Akpati moves his feet well.
Ooh, almost threw it away.
Fry around to Breitbach. They go into Peterson. Peterson looking to attack with that little half hook. No good. Gets it right back, though. Oh. Missed with the left hand, and then Fry was fouled by Akpati.
Yep, from behind. Fry had great position. And you'll take that from Peterson. He does a great job. He actually yanked the ball away from Breitbach, and then Fry was hammered from behind there.
Good call, and a good call that it's two shots. Sometimes people will say, well, he's rebounding, he's not shooting, but he was doing both, and I think it was accurately called as a shot attempt. Akpati picked up his second foul. Fry missing the first free throw. One more coming here. And he buries the second. He has 12 points now for the Falcons. Their lead is 12.
Some token three-quarter court pressure.
Riley Berger into the lane, across now to Krieger, and then tipped as it went out to Devin Berger.
Boy, Breitbach is making life difficult for Krieger. Not impossible, but he has been all over him. You're not going to score 25 tonight if I can say anything about it.
Berger nearly lost it there. Baseline, here's Carson Mola, turnaround try, in and out.
And again, there's that mid-range that they got a good look, but it didn't go down this time.
Right box pass tipped and almost went in. That would have been the shot of the year.
Yeah, it would.
Max Hofschulte-Beck coming in. Watch this pass as it caroms wildly off the defender and nearly goes in.
Almost went in the basket, yeah. Wola came out of the game.
Peterson handing it off. Breitbach cut off.
See if they can get Preem going here in the second half. Had a chance to chat with his dad a little bit at half. Talking about getting that confidence, and once he gets it going, Breitbach bearing the jumper. Once Cole gets that confidence going, it's just shooters. Once you get that confidence going, you just keep shooting the basketball.
Akpati fouled. Let's see, will they count this hoop? Yes.
Yeah.
Tough battle through traffic there.
Boy, I think Preem got hit in the back of the head here. Watch this. Man, that's a tough hoop. Wow.
Peterson called for the foul, his third, so he'll quickly check out, and a Yahweh back in. I could kind of see with Peterson, he might be a little foul prone. I mean, he's a banger in there, but.
Yep. Well, and I think they get that with a Yahweh too. They got a couple of guys that can bang down there. Armstrong's they're gonna be okay this year. It's gonna take them a little while, like we talked about at the outset. Just kind of getting a rhythm and getting used to the system put into place by John Bryant. Nice drive by Cole, and that's the other key. And we talked about that too. Made the threes in the first half. Defense has to respect that. They come out. Cole does a nice job putting the ball on the floor and going to the hole.
Devin Berger back out here, and now Akpati. Eagles down by 15.
That's going to be a foul. That's going to be a foul on Buren. Yep.
They made Berger put it on the floor at least this time, but you see, yep, gets the hands out into him.
Kind of a ticky-tack, but that's how they've called it all night. It's not been inconsistent.
They dump it in this time, trying to go inside with Devin Berger. A little nice fadeaway baseline, it's good. He's got a pretty good repertoire of offensive shots for a sophomore.
I think we picked the right guy to highlight before the game. Having a great game. But I think he'd exchange it for a W.
Back out to Bwin, a high arcing three, no good. And Krieger, nice rebound in traffic.
Good recovery by Krieger too. That was more than just getting a rebound. He was able to push the ball ahead.
Akpati throws it away on the baseline, intercepted by Preem. Timeout, Coach Bryant.
Yeah, that's a good timeout. He's got a 13-point lead, but I think that John wants to talk about some things, get them things sorted out at both ends. Maybe even, if for no other reason, give your guys a little bit of a rest here too.
Falcons up by 13. They were up by 12 at the half in this one, as they haven't got hot like Preem was in the first half yet, but been pretty efficient offensively here. I mean, there's a lot of things to like about the way they're attacking, I would say.
And I go back to what Coach Bryant talked about at the half, and what we've been talking about just about all night long is the defense that they've played. They have really forced Totino to take shots that they really don't like. And that has been key to their success, has been defense. And the job that Breitbach has done on keeping Krieger out of the mix has been very, very good. Look, you can't score the ball if you don't have the ball. And Breitbach does a nice job of ball denial, and he's all over him when he has the ball.
I think a lot of what he's done well, too, is just moving his feet. I mean, not necessarily anything out of the ordinary. There's Fry knocking down a three.
See, that's what's dangerous about this Armstrong team. If you get too worried about Breitbach or Cole Preem, Fry can hurt you out there. Uh-oh, this guy can shoot, too.
This time short from Devin Berger. One of his actually more open looks that he's had, but that time couldn't finish.
Good patience by the Falcons.
Bwin will take the three, no good.
How many years ago would you look at that and say that was a bad shot? Probably 10, 15 years ago, you say, what are you doing? But not the way the game is played today.
And Bwin's a streaky shooter. He'll make some, and then he'll have stretches where he doesn't, like anybody, I guess. But
yep,
I don't think they mind that last shot that he took.
No, nothing wrong with it. If he gets into a hot streak, those are going to be baskets that you'll take.
Schlotthauer and Iniger back in here for Armstrong as Preem and Yahweh will sit. Inbounded to Krieger. Now he's got Bwin on him with Breitbach out of there.
Nice drive. Oh,
Riley Berger not quite able to finish. Oh, Breitbach is in there, I'm sorry, but that time was not on Krieger. Now Bwin. Here's where if you're Armstrong, you want to see good offense run. You don't.
No question.
It's too early to think about taking time or sitting on a lead or anything like that. But you also don't want to shoot the other team back in it by shooting too quick and bad shots.
I'm okay with that shot. You're going to get a travel here, so Armstrong's going to get the ball back. But it came off the offense. That's the difference. If you're just catching the ball and looking and shooting just because you hadn't shot the ball for a while, it's different than getting a shot out of the offense.
Yeah, I call when you see that, I call it a bored shot. Like, I'm tired of working the offense, we're going to just shoot. Not that one was. I agree with you 100% there, Wally. Breitbach around the horn. Iniger's not scared. He'll shoot it again. This time short. Breitbach tracks it down. He'll shoot it up. Oop, that one was not
that
close.
probably wasn't the shot they wanted there. I think they liked the Iniger shot and not so much on the Breitbach shot.
Krieger around to Riley Berger. Krieger coming back to get it. Breitbach back on him.
Yeah, he's with him everywhere. He has not allowed Krieger to breathe tonight.
Devin Berger looking to attack.
He switched pivot feet, or is he going to get fouled?
They called for the foul there as Bwin, it looks like.
Take a look at it again. Okay. Again, kind of a touch foul, but oh boy. I think Berger was anticipating a cut to the basket there and never got it.
Bwin with the reverse. No, the tip try wouldn't go, and here comes Krieger. And they have, it looks like an intentional foul called.
On who?
Riley Berger. I have to admit, I didn't see that one.
No.
It was kind of away from the
He
ball
must
on the way
have
up.
grabbed somebody. I wonder if we could take a look at that again. We might be able to get a look at what that was because it's intentional. Let's see.
Which number 5? Oh, he got tripped up a little bit, and then he comes back with the leg sweep, and of course they saw the second one.
Yeah.
So Bwin will shoot free throw. No good though. Well, you were right that Devin Berger was the right guy to highlight for TG, but sorry, Adam Bwin, we might have put the jinx on him. He has not fared well tonight.
No.
We'll go back and put Cole Preem in the pregame.
Let's be clear. You made these choices,
yes,
so you're
yes.
batting 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly I would have picked Cole Preem.
So the inbound here to Breitbach. Schlotthauer around to Bwin. Just got that pass through, and then a nice feed over to Breitbach, back out to Bwin, and around to Fry for a 3. Bounces twice, no.
Nice rebound.
The putback.
Boy, Schlotthauer had great position with the quick putback and gives them an 18-point lead. I believe their biggest lead of the night.
Devin Berger will give it over to Krieger.
And guess who's right in his face? Breitbach.
Blocking foul there called against Schlotthauer. Tried to draw a charge.
Well, the foul was there, and then a little extra there too. Cole Preem will come back in. And Devin Fry gets a rest.
Wilkie inbounding here for Totino-Grace. They have struggled to get a lot going offensively here tonight.
Now they're being patient, but the reason they're being patient is because they have to be.
Wola driving it here, has it blocked. Iniger out of there with it.
Great defense by the Falcons. Good help.
Breitbach over to Preem.
You know, I like that Breitbach can score, but he doesn't look to score. Let's put it that way. He'll score if you need him to.
Bwin missing the reverse. Back out to Iniger in the corner. No good. And
Nice
Preem
fight.
rebounds. Breitbach lining it up for three.
As I said, Breitbach can score, but he doesn't necessarily look to score. And that time he capitalizes as Preem kicked it out to him for the three.
Akpati got another try as the ball was knocked loose after he picked up the dribble. And it actually ended up hurting Armstrong there that they knocked it loose. Right box pass stolen by Krieger.
A little bit too big of a hurry that time.
Yeah, I don't love those cross-court passes when you drive baseline either. Sometimes it works, but a lot of times there's defenders that you can't really see that can get there.
But Krieger just fighting to get into the scorebook. It's just not happening tonight. Averaging 25 points a game through the first three games, but it's not happening here.
Breitbach flashing free on the baseline. Preem back to Iniger, and he'll relay it around. They keep the ball moving. Preem launching one. That one off the back of the rim, and Krieger tracks it down.
This is where Krieger thinks, you know what, I got some open court. I'm going to score, and he does.
Right about half court, I kind of saw
Yes.
that was what was going to probably be the result there. He's very good in transition.
Yeah, and that's been key for Armstrong. They've kept Totino to a minimum on in the transition game tonight. They've been back on defense. They've been, you know, they have not allowed long rebounds to turn into transition or transition baskets. But that time Krieger saw an opening and said, you know what, this is going to be one of my better chances tonight to get into the scorebook, and he ends up with three.
Now the Eagles come with some pressure here. Armstrong's lead is sitting at 16.
It was as high as 21.
Bwin's going to shoot that three, and it's an air ball, but there's Preem to run it down.
Yeah, he might want to think about not. He's throwing up 3 or 4 clunkers in a row.
Preem,
Nice
baseline
job by
drive, and he
Cole.
scores.
I think he got hit too.
I like the way he gets the ball up on the glass quick too, because he
Yes.
knows. I mean, you're not going to get a shot over shot blockers at his size, so he just, in a quick motion, put it up before anybody could get there.
He's listed at 5'10". That might be an exaggeration too. Krieger again. Oh,
attacks and goes down hard.
Well,
He'll go to the line.
yeah, and he's not going to go down without a fight, Krieger. That's for sure. When you're averaging 25 a game, yeah, he did get nicked a little bit there on his way to the basket. Preem that last trip down.
Breitbach was getting a rest too, and it's kind of like Krieger's eyes light up when he sees anybody
Yes.
not named Jake Breitbach on him.
Yep, no question.
Peterson picked up his 4th foul there, so Yahweh will come back in.
Krieger missed his first 4 free throws. Now he's made 2 in a row. And he'll try and get him back within 16 here.
And he hits the second one as well. It's not going to be easy, but they're not out of it yet.
No. No, Berger has the ability to make some threes. They got some guys that can make some threes, but they're going to have to get some stops too.
Iniger, an open three from deep, no good. Totino-Grace now looking to go long with it, but Berger not going to be able to catch up to it.
No.
And after a short breather, Jake Breitbach is going to check back in.
Yeah.
This feels a little bit like that kind of in-between spot where you're Armstrong right now, where you want to stay aggressive, but you don't want to take bad shots. And sometimes that leads to a little bit of a lull, and I think they're having to fight that right now.
Yeah, they're trying to find that comfort zone. What kind of shots should we be taking here? What's a good shot when you have a 16, 17-point lead with, 5.5, 6 minutes to go? And right now, they can be patient. You don't want to take the air out of the ball, but you don't want to take bad shots either, as you pointed out. And Preem might have shot that in the first half. Beautiful pass.
Yahweh lost his defender and just flashed in behind him, and it was an easy two with that great look.
That's the kind of bucket that Armstrong wants at this juncture. Guaranteed. Take some time off the clock, get the nice look inside and the easy two.
Krieger looking to attack, and he was fouled, and Breitbach in disbelief.
Yeah, there's that look by Preem.
Yahweh will pick up the foul.
Krieger going back to the line. Breitbach initially thought that the foul was on him, didn't like the call, but it was on a Yahweh.
I always feel like officials give you the benefit of the doubt when you look like you know what you're doing in there too, like Krieger. I mean, his attacks with a purpose. It isn't like he's just kind of running wildly through there. And it just feels like you usually get those calls if it looks like you're doing the right things and trying to attack.
Well, he's making free throws now too. There's a Yahweh again.
Oh, got it to go with the right hand. That was a well-pressured shot, and that's his offhand. He finished.
Yahweh does a nice job using his body, keeping the defender on the backside. Got that ball to go in.
Krieger short with that one, rebounded by Devin Berger. Back out to Riley Berger. That's short. And
good save by Yahweh.
Yahweh, that hurt. He went down hard, but he made a heck of a play.
See if Armstrong is not in a big hurry here.
Krieger taking, I think, a well-calculated gamble trying to get the steal there, but he ends up with a foul.
Look at the dive. Nice save by Yahweh.
He knew if he grabbed it with two hands, he probably was, not going to be able to save it, so he just kind of scooped it with the one hand.
Yeah, he was not going to be able to catch it and stay in bounds himself, so he had no choice but to try and shovel it backwards.
Ooh, Yahweh and Akpati going at each other hard in there. Yahweh coming out to receive.
Falcons very patient now.
Cross court to Fry. Yeah, they're in quite a delay here now. Just under 4 minutes to go. John Bryant clapping. He likes what he's seeing.
Took about 30 seconds off the clock. Bucket and a foul. And that is what you want to do.
Akpati picked up the foul, and he got a lot of arm on that, and he still finished.
Boy, Yahweh is really strong. I don't have the tally on assists, but Cole Preem's got a few of them. Another one right there.
Well, you're right. That possession right there is just what a coach wants to see when you're ahead. You make the defense work, you eat some clock, and then you finish with not only a layup, but a layup and a chance for a three-point play.
So Krieger and Riley Berger come out of the game, and Coach Carroll maybe running up the white flag here. Give some other guys an opportunity to play.
Off Schulte Beck missing there. Yahweh rebounds.
Yeah, 20-point game, 3:30 to go.
Sam Fredheim, number 33, is in there for the first time for the Eagles, along with Isaiah Troffler, number 24.
Yep.
I think you may be right, Wally, here that they're feeling this one kind of out of range now.
Well, and it's not like he didn't go to the end of his bench, but he wants to play some guys that might be 8, 9, 10 on his bench, get them into a situation where you're still playing with a couple of regulars and you're still playing against Armstrong's first squad.
Foul went against Hofschulte back there. He was battling inside against Yahweh. Krzysztof Kowalkowski will come in, number 15.
So another sophomore into the game. Oh, good pick by Kowalkowski.
He quickly grabs it and heads the other way for the layup, and he missed. Kind of interesting. You don't normally see the team that's way behind pull their starters out before the team that's way ahead.
You are correct, and we saw it tonight. And Armstrong will go to their bench. We'll get our first look at that Armstrong bench tonight. Looks like Peyton Newburn's going to get in.
Jamari Bostic, number 34, also reporting in. And Ben-Hur Solomon, number 25.
Peyton of Newbern, of course, his older brother's playing out in Montana. Montana State University, I believe.
Free throw is good by Preem. So Preem will check out, I'm sure, after he makes this, or if he makes it.
He might miss it on purpose. Cole likes to play.
Yeah. So 62-41 lead here for Armstrong. Also in his number 20, talented freshman Caden College for Armstrong. He threw down a nice dunk in the JV game, which kind of got the crowd going a little bit, the Armstrong crowd.
Cole's had enough tonight. He says, all right, I'll make this one.
23 points for Cole Preem.
Yeah, he's had a good game. He's played well.
Cross court, Kowalkowski.
Oh, good block.
A drive, had it denied, and then trying to save it in was Troffler, and it will be Armstrong ball. Wow, nice recovery here by College.
Caden, another one of those ninth graders. Looks like he might have got a little body, but what the heck. Caden was, as I was telling you before the game, he was part of that group of Robbinsdale Little League baseball players that made a trip to Indianapolis a few years ago as 12-year-olds.
Newbern stopping and gets the pass off. Iniger will swing it around. Armstrong continuing to work the ball a little bit here. Even though when you just get in the game, I think guys would like to just maybe launch up some shots, you still know that your coach wants you to play the way that they want you to play. Get a foul call on the drive there, and Hofschulte Beck picks it up. No good there for Newbern.
Nice job by Newbern tying him up, but he's going to get a foul. But I think John Bryant walks away from this game and basically got what he wanted out of it. They played well. Particularly defensively, I thought they played really well.
Nice rebound in traffic there by Solomon. And rebound went off of College. I believe it'll be Grace ball. RJ Spencer putting a move on. Oh, stripped away by Iniger. Iniger had the dribble get away a little, drops it off to College, and
nice
he finishes
job.
Strong in traffic.
Nice job by Caden.
Kowalkowski swinging it back out. We're approaching a minute to go. We'll get a foul call here against Solomon.
So the Falcons move to 3-2, correct? Yeah. 3 straight wins. Open the season with 2 losses. This will be their 3rd straight win.
Be at home to face Irondale on Friday night. Free throw good there for Huff, Schulte, Beck.
Coach Bryant able to go a little deeper in his bench now.
Danny B's number 21 reports in. Also number 2, Nick Barrett, and 23, Cade Kempel. And rebound chased down by Kolakowski. And it's going to be out of bounds off of Grace as Nick Barrett gets a big hand from his teammates there as he played good D and knocked it off the foot of the Eagles player.
And his teammates, as you said, cheering him on. Fun for those guys to see the JV players get an opportunity to get out here and make something happen.
Thought Barrett was going to let that one fly there.
Thought about it.
Newbern is fouled on the drive there by Sam Fretheim.
Eagles fouls on number 33, Sam Fretheim, his first. Team tonight. At the line is number 33, Kate Newbern, shooting 1-1.
Newbern's free throw won't go. Ooh, and a collision there.
And it's traveling, I think. I think it's going to be Armstrong ball. It is.
It's always tough ones when you feel like you got fouled, but it's kind of really a collision between two Grace players, so they end up turning it over here. Under 40 seconds to play in this one, and Armstrong well on the way to a win here. College cut off, turns, goes the other way with the right hand and missed.
I think he was surprised to see there was no defender between him and the basket. Oh, nice move. Nice little Euro step, if you will.
Fretheim finishing there for Totino-Grace.
And now Armstrong can just hold the basketball here and let the clock run out.
Grace being told no need to come out and foul or anything like that either. They'll just let him bounce it down. 65-44. Armstrong will pick up the victory here tonight. And Wally, like you said, I think all in all, a nice performance, especially considering it's a road game and a conference game and all of that.
And I think most importantly is what I just mentioned a few minutes ago. That's 3 straight wins for them now. They're starting to get the feel of what's going on, of the system that John Bryant has put into effect. And when they get comfortable with it, they have the talent. They'll do some damage this year, no question about it.
So the Falcons win it by 21. We'll be back to hear from Armstrong in just a moment here on CCX.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Here she comes. I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said she won't be taking you in as a client.
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
And welcome back here to Totino-Grace. A nice win on the road tonight for Armstrong as the Falcons get it 65-44 for their 3rd straight win. And we're joined by a couple of the Armstrong guys, starting with Jake Breitbach. I thought the job you did defensively against Eric Krieger tonight was a big key for your team. You know, how much fun was it to go against a good player and pretty much hold him down?
Thank you. Yeah, it was really nice. You know, Coach told me I was guarding a good player, so I just really focused on staying in front of him, force him to his left, and really just follow the defensive game plan.
You guys had a couple losses against good teams to start the year. Now getting on a little bit of a roll. How are you feeling about what you've seen so far through the first 5 games?
Yeah, it was a tough start, but we're building a little bit of confidence now. We've had a couple of good wins, so yeah, we're on a good path right now.
Look like you guys have a few weapons who can get it done tonight too, and obviously the guy to your left had a big shooting night. How much fun is that to see shots go in for not only yourself but for Cole and Devin Fry and all the other guys?
Yeah, it's really fun because the cool thing about our team is we don't have just one main scorer. Like if one guy's having an off night, we have all the guys that can shoot and get it done as a team, so it's really cool.
Guys heading toward the holiday break here, what's a key for your team to kind of keep the roll going? What has to happen for the Falcons?
Yeah, so we have a little break of games, so we just got to keep on going hard in practice and stay focused because we're on a good win streak right now, so we got to keep that going.
All right, Jake, thanks for joining us tonight. And Cole Preem, you could not miss in that first half. That's kind of a shooter's dream. Talk about the first half, especially for yourself here tonight.
Yeah, it was fun. We just kind of fed the hot hand, and tonight it was me, but other nights it'll be somebody else. So just glad it was me tonight, and it was fun.
They made a little bit of a run at you guys, but I thought you guys did a really nice job of kind of getting control back there. Do you like the poise that your team played with tonight too?
Yeah, poise is a big thing our coach kind of focuses on. He doesn't want us having lots of turnovers and stuff, so as long as we take care of the ball, they can make their run, but then we'll always get it right back and we'll take care of the ball and get points.
For the first time in a long time, there's a new head coach at Armstrong boys basketball this year. How has it been to transition to Coach Bryant?
It's good. He's very organized. He brings in lots of energy. He's a fun coach. There's some new offenses we have to get used to, but overall I think we'll be better.
You guys have Irondale coming up Friday, then holiday tournament play. How much fun is that heading over to Bethel and getting ready to play some games over there?
It's fun because now we're in high school league, so you don't get too many tournaments. So it's fun to always go play a couple games in a day. And the break's always nice from school to get some time to relax.
All right, Cole, great job here tonight, and have fun the rest of the season.
Thank you.
That's Cole Preem, 23 points tonight for Armstrong to lead them to a big victory here over Totino-Grace. As we said, win number 3 in a row for the Falcons after they'd started 0-2. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's telecast. For Wally Langfellow and all of our crew, MJ Wilcox, happy holidays from all of us at CCX, and good night from Grace.